Hi everyone, hope you're all doing okay and welcome to another YouTube video. So this is the final chapter of my Isle of Harris series. After days and days of Arctic snow and ice and extreme winter conditions, the landscapes finally softened. The drama felt like it had passed. I genuinely thought the story was over, but then two named Atlantic storms rolled in, and what followed, well, it was just one of the most chaotic and extraordinary light sequences over a number of days that I've ever witnessed on Harris. Storms stacking one after another, fast-moving squalls, rainbows appearing again and again as the light broke through. It turned into what I can only describe as Rainbow City. Nothing here was planned. The conditions were just completely unstable. The light changing minute by minute, and the images were coming from frankly just staying present rather than chasing a shot list. So this film is about what can happen when you think the magic has gone but you stay a little longer, about recognizing when a place still has something to give even though you think the moment has passed. So this is part 4 and the final video in my Isle of Harris series. Let's get stuck into things and I hope you enjoy what's about to unfold.
Good morning, folks. It is day 6, I think. Day 5 or day 6 on Harris, anyway, I forget. And it's looking very, very different. A little bit of a damp squib for photography, I think. But you know, it's not always all roses and cream on this place. You got to take the rough with the smooth. Its changeability is what makes it magic, but along with the highs, you just got to be able to take the lows, I guess. And we've come back to a beach I've shot before called Horgabost, and we're having a little look at some of these patterns that the tides and the winds create. But yeah, there's a tiny little bit of it here. Nothing significant. There's just a bit too much sand on the beach, actually, which is what it is. I think maybe you need a really kind of giant swell and a high tide so that all that sand just gets removed. For anyone that's been to Egg, there's a beach called Singing Sands along to the right and north of Lag Bay, and that regularly gets all of the sand pulled out of it through winter, so the locals tell me. So I haven't seen it, but you know, that sounds pretty interesting. I wonder what rock features that reveals. But yeah, I'll pop up an image on screen that I shot before, and I'm standing about in the same position where I took it. A couple of my friends were over shooting there, some lovely swirly stuff. So, and I'm in the right place, but there's no rock, and there's nothing down here, never mind any sand patterns. Yeah, we haven't really got any light either, and you can't see the Harris Hills. Cloud base is low, or I think that's the edge of the rain that's going to be coming in, just skirting us. So, all good. It is what it is, and like I said, you take the rough with the smooth. I think it's time to go get some breakfast. The square sausage of Scotland is frankly epic. Why, oh why, oh why can't I get any of that back home? I don't know. And I'll be cooking up some more scrambled eggs with a magic ingredient I always put in it, and when people have that, or they have my scrambled eggs, they're hooked for life and they've never heard of the ingredient. So more on that later, maybe. I've got something a little tongue-in-cheek that I'm going to do with it. But yeah, enough of all of this. Back for a coffee, breakfast. Hopefully it opens up a little bit later when the rain passes through. And yeah, we'll have some stuff to go and shoot. Catch you in a bit.
So that was it for the day, really. The storm really did move in. The rain was just relentless. There was a hell of a lot of wind as well, and you know, you can see from those conditions there in the video that just not the kind of thing that you really want to be out in, and occasionally it's like that. You just can't shoot in that weather. So we called it a day, and the next morning we were straight back out into it. The storms just kept moving through, and yeah, we were in for a really interesting morning.
Morning folks, I am back out and it's a really interesting day. Oh, I've got to go actually, it might be a shot. No, got to go. Look at that. There's just a bit of pink over there. I wasn't ready for this. Got to go, got to go. So pretty unbelievable stuff. The early sun light has got out and it's lights in the clouds anyway. We've got an incoming squall coming in from the left. Tarensay is lit up. I've got quite a nice composition set up here with these weird Torridonian, well, what look like Torridonian sandstone carvings into the low-lying ocean, but it's just the stuff of dreams. I'm going to go and get shooting. Screw this video lark when it's like this. Shots to be taken. I'm out of here.
So quite the entrance then from Storm Joshua. You can see from the behind the scenes footage, you know, in the space of 2 or 3 minutes, quite the most incredible squall blowing across the hills in the distance, but that dawn light shining some incredible localized color and igniting all of that energy from the storms in the clouds ahead of me. It was still really kind of moody overhead, and those that wonderful, what felt like Torridonian sandstone anyway. It's obviously not from Torridon, but you know what I mean, that foreground stuff picking up the still the blues and the moodier kind of feel from the dark clouds above me. So yeah, really pleased with this image and some of the other ones that I was able to create from that shoot. It was just a sign of things to come. It just keeps getting better and better as more storms in. So let's go and see how things continue to pan out.
Just waiting for some rainbows to turn up. I'm set up and ready with my conch. That's Tarensay. The light is just starting to get out behind me. Look at that. Light over my shoulder and a squall coming in from the left, sweeping over to the right. It's going to clear out my blue sky. Come on. Has to be. It has to. So, yeah, I'm going to get rid of this and just set up and wait. And hopefully the next time I'm with you, you'll be seeing Rainbow City from this gorgeous beach on Harris. See you in a bit. Woo! That was intense. That was absolutely mental, absolutely crazy. We were looking behind us. I'll just flip you around like that. There was a tiny gap coming in the clouds, and the sun was behind it. We had that squall sweeping across from left to right, but the funny thing is I was kind of angled straight towards Tarensay with some lovely foreground ready to shoot, as is customary. The rainbow started appearing just as the water droplets were hitting the lens, but it was over to the left, so I had to jump up, adjust my composition slightly to the left, wipe my lens to get the water droplets off, shoot some stacked images, one for foreground, mid-ground, then the rainbow, make sure my polarizer wasn't removing the rainbow, because it'll do that if you've got the wrong rotation on. And by the time I'd done that once round, normally I take 2 rounds, Tarensay had disappeared. The rainbow was there, but the shot was done. And it was literally 20 seconds I had to execute it. But get a look at this. That's the shot. I can even 5x4 it. But I've got Tarensay on the right, dark clouds behind,
Nice vibrant rainbow on the left. Done it. It's that's it. That's the good stuff. That's what we come for. In the bag. Happy days. So after a brilliant morning, we stopped off for a bit of lunch and then headed straight back out chasing the light. We drove up towards the Harris Hills over on the Hushinis Peninsula, and the light was certainly trying to get out some more, all pretty dramatic stuff. We did go for a bit of a walk on the hills, but I didn't really think there was much worth taking a photograph of up there. Nice to be out and certainly really, really dramatic. But that was pretty much it for the rest of the day. Morning again, folks, and we're back at these rocks again. Just working on some of these sand patterns in combination with this. It feels like rock erosion, but I'm relatively reliably informed that it's kind of rock pattern creation, whatever the term for that is. So yeah, back here again in the morning. The tide's receding. We have a little bit of soft glow coming from behind us into the distance. It's giving a lovely soft yellowy orangey hue to some of these sandstone formations, and I'm having a focus stack this one. The sand patterns are really nice this morning. They've just formed with the outgoing tide. It's very windy last night, and I think there's some really, really nice images to be made here again. If any of them turn all right, I'll pop them up on screen now. Believe it or not, after that in came another squally storm front, and it was time to head inside and just stay out of the rain. You really can't shoot in those kinds of conditions when there isn't any light. It's just completely cloudy and the rain is hammering it down. So yeah, time to get back inside and test out my new videoing equipment. Testing, sound test, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Checking whether this little tickly bollocks under my chin actually sounds okay. Afternoon, chaps. Back down the coast. We had to sit it out during a storm, another one. Storm Joshua or Jocelyn, something like that. Anyway, it was a complete washout this morning, so we waited for the light to get out. And I've come back to this set of rocks. The foreground is lovely. There's some awesome tumbled gneiss dotted about, and the waves are big. The light is coming in and out. Can't really ask for much more than this, can you? It's about 2:30, so I'm probably here for the rest of the sunset session. Tide's coming in, so yeah, could be it's always workable when you prefer an outgoing tide, don't you? But so you can kind of chase it out down the rocks. But I need a bit more water, probably lapping at about 3 meters ahead of me. I don't want it going over this awesome foreground down here. But yeah, it's looking really, really nice, and nice to get out again. It was all about the bacon and the sausages this morning and a bit of editing. So now that the light is out, a few days left on the trip, it's completely different but really, really good. So I'll pop this shot up on screen now. Well, folks, don't know whether you can see that, but we've had we've had probably 10 minutes of absolute rainbow magic here. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. And the light is still, typical gorgeous Harris sunset, golden hour stuff. The tide's coming in, and yeah, it's just the stuff of dreams. This is what it's all about, really. I ran round to this piece of foreground when I saw the incoming squall coming in, and frankly just waited and waited,
And then when the rainbow came, I was ready. So it's slap bang in the middle of my comp. This piece of foreground is a cracking little piece of, well, of whatever it is. But I can just get myself sorted out here. And yeah, what a brilliant end today. Absolutely amazing. Couldn't have asked for more. This is why we come here. You know, the light is gorgeous. My wellies are just full of water, filled up to the brim. I got, don't know if you can see, but I was down there shooting some stones and some lines and some really cool stuff. And I just got taken out by a big wave. It filled my boots, and oddly, my legs have warmed up the water now, so I'm all good. I'll empty them out in a minute. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. I'll pop up the rainbow shot on screen. What an end to an incredible 10 days over here. I don't know whether I'm going to better this. I really don't, especially given it began with those 3 epic days of snow and ice. I mean, when am I ever going to see that again? You know, you can never have too much of that stuff, and I'll keep going for it, but I don't know whether I'll ever see that. And then to sort of, yeah, I wouldn't say tough it out through 2 of the storms. It was all you know, all right. You know, some high winds. We drove around shooting and stuff. That was all good. To finish on this, at a comp that I've been working on, my mate Mark's shot it as well, and I think some other people have as well. But yeah, that doesn't matter. It's a beautiful piece of foreground rock, and to get a rainbow in the centre of it, well, you know, that's what we dream of, really. So I'll pop up the image on screen. I'm sure I've already said that, but I'm going to shut up now and get it up there, and probably call an end to this video for now. But just spin you around again. It's been my first one, so I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed this epic week and a bit on Harris in the most incredible conditions. Like and subscribe is what everyone says at the end of these videos. It all helps, and let me know what you think of the video in the comments below. I'm by no means a master at this at all. It's my first one, but I've tried to focus on bringing you the conditions, showing you the landscape, showing you my imagery, and just showing you what it was all about, really. And if you've enjoyed it, then happy days. If not, then, well, hopefully you'll enjoy the next one. So I'll leave it there, and see you on the next one, folks.